Yeah. Right. You know I love that side where you got bass. So won't you back it up on me? I love the way you whine in your pop waist. Don't tease till it making me on it. So smooth when you move to the groove in the truth, baby. Back it up on me. Yeah, I love the style where you got bass. So won't you back it up on me? This a girl a whine in a time. I move around like she don't have no spine. The next thing, show she fine. She have the rest of them a wait in a line. Oh gosh, champagne a pop and we so fast. Weed in a spliff, no allow that. Girl, back it up, make me hold that. This girl's on a level right now. I match to the bass and the treble right now. Wine to the real, let my crown. Bedroom pulling up, me now back down. Fast, fast, slow, slow. Anywhere you want, baby girl, go. Bounce up and down like a pro. Go, girl, you want it, they know. Yo, rip on the scene. Heavy moving, you and your team, yeah, them can't intervene, right? You know I love that style where you got bass, so won't you back it up on me? I love the way you whine in your pop waist, don't tease till it making me alright. So smooth when you move to the groove, you're the truth, baby, back it up on me. Yeah, I love that style where you got bass, so won't you back it up on me?
Back it up on me, telling me that you want me, baby girl, if you loving tonight. Right. Baby, I'm in town, know that it's going down. You know that I'm only here for one night. You know what he won't do, really won't do. Yeah. You know why I'm crying for that thing upon you. Right. Looking at you, looking like you really want to. Yeah. There's nothing on the earth, baby girl, I won't do. Girl, cause we turning up. Shots on deck, cause we burning up. Take you back to the telly, throw it up. Take you back to the telly, throw it up, girl, throw it up. Oh, yeah. Looking at your friends like you don't care. Girl, cause the Grey Goose is in here. Oh yeah, we in here.
You know I love that style where you got bass, so won't you back it up on me? I love the way you whine in your pop waist, don't tease till it making me yawny. So smooth when you move to the groove. Baby, back it up on me. Yeah, I love that style where you got bass, so won't you back it up on me?
Allen Bernard International, or ABR, is a management consulting firm with a team of consultants and associates who focus on growing and transforming home healthcare agencies, nonprofits, and small businesses in other industries as well as individuals. Our services include ABR Business Support Services, ABR Accounting and Tax Services, and ABR Anti-Money Laundering Compliance Services. At ABR, we bring to each assignment dedication and commitment, experience and skills, performance-based process, integrated solution teams, and client relations. For more inquiries on our services, call phone number 469-378-3955. That's Allen Bernard International, or ABR, transforming business through ideas. In order to keep ourselves and others safe from the coronavirus disease, we must all get vaccinated. Here are a few facts about the coronavirus vaccine. The vaccine does not have anything in it that can make you magnetic. All COVID-19 vaccines are free of metals. The COVID-19 vaccines available in the US do not contain live virus. They do not share any of their parts inside or outside of your body. Vaccine is safe for current and future pregnancies. There is no proof showing unsafe results on taking the vaccine for current or future pregnancies, which means pregnant women can also take the vaccine. The COVID-19 vaccine does not change your DNA. In fact, it has absolutely no interaction with your DNA. The vaccine does not cause you to test positive for the virus. It is untrue as none of the vaccine will cause you to test positive in a viral test. Therefore, the vaccine is safe to use. Get vaccinated today and stay alive. A message sponsored by the African Career Education and Resource Incorporated, or ASA, in the state of Minnesota. Hey there, here is a thing or two you need to know about COVID-19 and pregnancy. Pregnant and recently pregnant women are more at risk of severe illness from COVID-19. Most likely, hospitalization, need for ventilators, etc. Pregnant women who get COVID-19 are at a higher risk of preterm births and other complications. Most common symptom experienced by pregnant women after vaccination is pain at injection site. Research shows that vaccinations have no adverse effects in trying to get pregnant. Research showed that vaccine does not affect fertility of men. Vaccinated mothers pass on some immunity to their child through the placenta and through breast milk. It is safe to get the vaccine at any point before, during, and after pregnancy. It is safe to get the vaccine while breastfeeding. Get away from the misconceptions. Get vaccinated today to stay alive. A message sponsored by the African Career Education and Resource Incorporated, or ASA, in the state of Minnesota. They say a home is where the heart is. That's why at Melrose Suites, we provide a conducive and safe environment for your long and short-term stay. With our 6 fully furnished luxurious apartments of 3 bedrooms each, our customers have the option of renting a full apartment or single bedroom. We also have standard rooms and king suites. At Melrose Suites, we have 24-hour electricity, cold and hot water, cable TV, internet service, and fully air-conditioned rooms. Melrose Suites takes the pressure off its customers with our fully equipped kitchens, living and dining rooms, as well as balconies. All you need is your personal belongings and enjoy your stay. We are located on Silver Beach Road in Dwazon, Lower Margibi County. For reservation, call our US number 610-986-1077 and our LIB number on 0777-588-118. You can email us at edithwaters111@gmail.com. Melrose Suites, a home away from home.
Another banger, baby, calm down.
Pinter One of Delaware. Yes, it's Pinter One of Delaware, the name that counts when you talk quality painting works. For more than 2 decades, Pinter One has brought more life and vigor to thousands of residential and commercial complexes with our quality painting services. Give your homes, offices, bars, stores, hospitals, shops, etc. that look they deserve by choosing Pinter One of Delaware. For more information, call us on phone number 302-508-3034. Again, 302-508-3034. Or visit our website at pinterone.com/Delaware. Or better still, email us on ivan@pinterone.com or holly@pinterone.com. Schedule a free estimate and get 10% off by using the promo code COSTA. Pinter One of Delaware. Renew your space, renew your life.
She dey give me small, small, I know.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you. Good morning and welcome. Today is a brand new day. We're glad to be here. The 10th of May, 2022. The time in Monrovia is 10:28. Make that 10:29, well, 10:28. The time in Delaware is 6:29. Good morning to you folks. Welcome to another edition of our program. Good morning, George.
Good morning, Cos. And good morning to our listener. Good to be here this morning.
How do you do?
We bless God for life.
Good. Let's go for life. Because every day we see is a blessing, right?
Sure.
And we give him the glory and we give him the praises. Today is a good day. So yesterday, the Vice President, Madam Joel Howard Taylor, issued a statement from her office. And in the statement says that she at no time ever recommended Mr. Basiru Kante for a diplomatic passport, a Liberian diplomatic passport. The Vice President did not or has not denied in that statement or any other statement that we've read that she knew or had a personal relationship with Basiru Kante. However, what she says is that she didn't give him the passport. She didn't recommend him for the passport. She didn't give him the passport. Now, we were not there. We don't know what happened. She might have done it or she might not have done it. However, here's what we can say. In the passport, there is an annotation in the passport. Annotation. That Basiru Kante is or was, when he obtained the passport, the chief of staff to Representative Abraham Vamuya Kone of District Number 14, Mansurata County. Vamuya Kone's chief of staff? Basiru Kante is a millionaire. Why the hell is he serving as chief of staff to a representative?
He may richer than his boss.
Oh, it clearly is. So but Basiru Kante's passport says he is the chief of staff to Representative Abraham Vamuya Kane, or is it Kone? Commonly known as AVC. But here's the thing. AVC is claiming that he does not know Basiru Kante. Everybody disowning Basiru now. Everybody. They got hey, best friend. Oh no, I know that man. Oh, no, I just all I man. That's what happens when you're going down one. All your friends, especially those who were not really good real friends, begin to disown you. So Vamuya Kane is claiming that Basiru Kante he does not know him. He did not recommend him for a passport. Joel Howard Taylor is saying she did not recommend Basiru Kante for a passport, but how did Basiru Kante come to be in possession of a Liberian diplomatic passport? Now, the process to obtain a Liberian diplomatic passport is not an easy one.
Nope.
The higher ups have to approve. You have to go through the system. The people way up there, as high as the Minister of Foreign Affairs, they have to sign off on it. You understand me?
Some Tom, Dick, or Harry can't just give you a diplomatic passport. Somebody way up there has to recommend you. Now, Abraham Vamuyan Kone is saying he doesn't know Basiru Kante. But then why the hell does Basiru Kante's diplomatic passport say Chief of Staff in the office of Representative of District Number 14? Okay? You think Basiru Kante just did many money more and settle on that? You think that will happen?
For me, Costa, there may be something that is playing there. Probably they don't, or the office of the representative or the lawmaker don't know about this, or he's in a know and trying to deny. But Costa, there is something happening somewhere. Somebody is responsible for that.
But somebody important has to be responsible.
Yeah.
Basiru Kante did not just go and look. The process of obtaining diplomatic passports is a difficult one. You don't just go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs at a passport session and say, give me a diplomatic passport. It doesn't work that way.
No.
Somebody gave him a diplomatic passport. As a matter of fact, the chief of staff to a representative is not qualified for a diplomatic passport. Just so you know. Mm-hmm. According to the passport regulations, the chief of staff and all employees of representatives and senators are only qualified for a service passport or perhaps an official passport. But not the most important passport the country has is the diplomatic passport. Mm-hmm. So first of all, that's the first violation of the regulation. Basiru Kante, even if he was chief of staff to Vamuya Kone, would not be qualified. He would not be qualified. But absolutely no staffer to a senator or to a representative carries a diplomatic passport, at least not legally. No. They cannot legally obtain a diplomatic passport. It doesn't work that way. Joe Howard Taylor has said, I didn't recommend him for it. Abraham Vamuya Kone has said, I don't know the guy. Yesterday, somebody posted pictures of a forklift lifting and taking away some of this guy's equipment. A generator supposedly belonging to Kante. Yeah. A generator belonging to Basiru Kante. Yeah. From his yard. You know, somebody wrote me in the morning. I woke up this morning and I reached for my phone like I normally do, and I saw this message from this idiot. I will call his name just because he's a stupid fool. And I told him he's everything. He's one of the reasons why Liberia is the way. His name is Chuck T. Brown. The guy writes me this stupid message. And this guy tells me that my man, Basiru, the Basiru been making a lot of money from the gold business. So maybe the gold and the diamond. And Basiru has a lot of rich clients. That's how he makes his money. He is not a criminal, as has been amplified in Liberia. He's also an American citizen. Well, the American people said Basiru is not a citizen. Did people read it yesterday?
Yeah, we read it.
The court document says Basiru is not an American citizen. Even though Basiru had us believing he was an American. For a long time, I thought Basiru was an American citizen. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. I didn't know Basiru only had a green card, but the American government said in their reports, in their petition filed to the court, this guy goes on to tell me, brother, he said Basiru will only be fined in the U.S. They'll only give him a fine. They'll only make him pay a fine and they will release him. So he's asking me now, as your supporter and your follower, I urge you to please slow down on this issue and do more research on it. Imagine this son of a swan writes me this message this morning. My people, y'all see some of the things that people can write to me. When I cross the mayor, then they'll say about man. This idiot comes to me and tells me that I should slow down on Basiru Kante, who stole millions and millions and millions of dollars from 2 U.S. companies because Basiru is a hustler and he's doing what he's doing and he's a businessman and blah, 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 blah. Basiru has confessed. Didn't you read in those documents from the U.S. Justice Department where they said Basiru himself confessed to committing the crime?
Yep. We read it.
And this idiot tells me Basiru will only pay a fine and come back to Librarian. Do you know money laundering alone gets him 20 years? Money laundering. Money laundering, the crime of money laundering alone gets Basiru 20 freaking years. 20 years alone. Not, boy, don't even go to the theft. Don't go to the conspiracy to commit the theft. Don't go to the wire fraud. Let's go to money laundering alone. Gets him 20 years.
20 years.
Before you got open your damn mouth talking about, my man, yes, slow down on the thing. My man, the enemies of Liberia are plenty of.
Too much.
And many of them are private Liberian citizens. They look at you to tell you, my man, the man stole from an American man, bring it to Liberia, lead them out, do something in Liberia. Yeah. Some people would actually tell you that. They will actually tell you that nonsense. Yesterday, Alex Cummings appeared on T-Max's 50/50 talk show. One of the callers, the issue was raised. I don't know whether it was by a caller or by T-Max, but the issue was raised about the inconsistencies and the discrepancies that have been discovered during the trial at the Monrovia City Court with the framework document that Alex Cummings filed. Listen to this, Listen, my begin. So they asked Alex Cummings, Mr. Cummings, he said, fine. Why does the document you file, why does it carry May 19? Now, folks, I want you to follow me here. Follow me here. I'm going to do some demonstration for you. The document Alex Cummings filed, the signature page carries May 19. That's date number 1. So we're going to list the number of dates on the one document. Okay? May 19 is the date on that document, May 19. The signature page now, the signature page carries May 19. Number 2, the document itself is dated June 10. Okay? Are you following, folks?
I'm following.
I'm sorry, not June 10, July 10. July 10 is when the document is dated July 10. The signature page carries May 19. The notary certificate, okay, carries July 14. How many dates have we listed so far? May 19 is the signature page.
1.
July 10 is the submission date.
2.
Notary certificate is July 14.
3.
So they asked Alex Cummings, so you submitted the document on July the 10th at NEC, carrying a May 19 signature page. He said, fine. The document itself is June. Okay. The document itself carries a June date.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what date, but a June date. So there are 4 different dates here. The actual document carries June, some date in June, but the submission was July 10th. So they asked Mr. Cummings, Alex Cummings, you submitted the document on July 10th. Then why does the signature page, why does the notary certificate carry July 14? This is Alex Cummings on national radio. You want to hear his answer, folks? You want to hear what Cummings said? He said, well, it's a common error. We forgot to submit the document with a notary certificate as is required by law. So we went back to the NEC and we got the document back, and we went back and we notarized it and we took it back. So that is why the notary certificate carries July 14, whilst the document itself carries a submission date July 10, 4 days later. I'm wondering who in the ANC remembered that they had submitted a document without a notary certificate. Who do you think remembered that? Was it a Elijah Stoll? Who suddenly remembered that they filed a document without a notary certificate as is required? But let me hold you there, folks. When Alex Cummings was at Coca-Cola, is it how he conducted himself? Did they sign agreements and then submit them and file them and realize that they made mistakes and went back and collected documents without telling the people with whom they signed the documents? Is this how Ellis Cummings conducted himself at Coca-Cola? But listen, Obuakai, when you sign and submit a document, and that document should have had a notary certificate attached thereto, but you did not file it with a notary certificate. The body that you submitted it to is supposed to review the document right there and then and tell you, Mr. Bwaka Kamara, this document cannot be accepted as is because it is missing an important instrument. What is that instrument? Notary certificate. You understand me, Bwaka? That is how it is done. When you bring the document, the idiots at the neck are supposed to review the document. Every single paper. Okay, you got it one here. Okay, and the one looks good. Okay, but Mr. Comio, why the document say July 10 and then the signature page say May 19? Why the document looking like this? But Mr. Comio, why the document in photocopy and not in color copy? And Mr. Comio, where is your notary certificate? These are the questions that the idiots at the National Elections Commission should have asked Ellis Cummings or whoever it is he sent to submit the documents. But by that, those Solomon swines and bunch of incompetent damn fools and nincompoops at the Elections Commission did not make any other queries. They accepted the document. According to Ellis Cummings, they forgot. The man who they say is so competent, the man damn correct. When the man be president, the man with team like bro overnight, the man no book by way, the man got plenty of competence in him. This is the man that submits a document riddled with errors or deliberate mishaps, fraudulent mishaps. And then the document I get notary certificate. What? That the man will change your control. The man will be signing a concession agreement and forgetting to notarize it and to do this. Can you imagine?
Change a lot of dates.
This level of incompetence, my begin. So guess what now? Cummings said on T Max's show yesterday that they made a mistake. It was an error. So what they did is that they simply went and withdrew the document and notarized it and submitted it back. But this is what you do, Wakai. When you and 3 others, co-equals and partners, in this case, sign a document, and you file the document, you file it with a regulatory body or whatever, in this case would be the NEC, and you realize that the document was not properly filed. The body to which you filed that document should not even have accepted the document. But let's say, okay, NEC, they're a bunch of idiots. They don't know what they're doing, a bunch of nincompoops. They accepted the document. But listen, when you realize 4 days later, that you did not properly file the document because a key instrument was absent or missing, and you went to withdraw that document, what should Ellis Cummings have done? I'm going to let you answer that question.
Inform his colleagues. Inform his colleagues.
He's very smart. Repeat that. Repeat that answer, What should Ellis Cummings have done when he discovered that the document which he had filed on July the 10th was missing the notary certificate? What should he have done?
Inform his colleagues about it.
What should he have told them? I want you to say that,
Yeah, inform his colleagues.
And say what's happening.
Yeah, and say that there is a problem with the document and we need to set it up and resubmit to the National Elections Commission.
Again, you're smart. You're very smart. And the reason you should have done that is simple. The notary certificate is the instrument you attach to a document to make it legitimate. Like when you buy a parcel of land, you survey the land, they issue a deed, you probate the deed. So that the deed is recorded in the archives. So nobody else can just go get that same deed or something. The notary certificate is so important, Waka. It is a seal and stamp of legitimacy that is attached to that piece of legal instrument. He should have informed the other leaders. He should have called Ben and I, or he should have put in the chat room, gentlemen, we made a mistake. The document I filed, we did not have a notary certificate attached thereto. Therefore, we have to go and redo the document, resubmit it with a notary certificate. Let me ask you another question, Wakai. Why do you think Ellis Cummings never informed his colleagues?
Probably he was ill-advised by Musa Benete.
Oh, my man, lead that team, man. The man are baby, stop that team. Now, you don't want to make excuse. Oh, Javier, bad man. Now, Maggie will bleed. Javier, bad man. And 12 will bleed. Nonsense. I'm going to ask you the question. How Rusty crossed the man who said he won't be president? You say that somebody will bleed for being bad. I'm going to ask you the question again, okay? Why do you think Ellis Cummings did not inform his colleagues? Gentlemen, we will have folks from Trenton. This the other side, because there are two sides, well, there are three sides to every story: your side, my side, and the real side. So we will have the other side of this coin. They're going to be on at 7 a.m. Gentlemen, that's in 12 minutes time. We'll have them 12 minutes exactly. They will be our guests. 12 minutes time. Okay, I'm going to come back to you. Why did Ellis Cummings not inform his colleagues that the document that he has submitted had not been properly filed? Why? That is the question.
Yeah, it's because...
Imagine, sorry for interrupting you. Imagine me as the prosecutor, either private prosecutor or whatever, cross-examining Ellis Cummings in court. That's Sanama Swan. Tell me the way I will railroad that boy. I will put him on my knees and spank him like my son. The way he's small like that. But the question is, Baga, that I just asked you, why do you think Ellis Cummings did not inform his colleagues, as he should have done, that the document which he had filed was improperly filed? Because it was missing a very key legal instrument, i.e., the notary certificate. That is the question, Baga. Why do you think he didn't tell his friends?
Because there was always some foul play by him in the documents, and he don't want his friends to know. So he did it single-handedly.
10 points, 10 points. There you go. Because there were now you get it. That is what you do when you have done something bad and you did that bad thing poorly. It was a bust job. It's a poor operation. He's so stupid to even do bad thing. He doesn't know how to do it right. So he could not come back to his friends and say, oh, gentlemen, the document I filed, I did not file it the right way. The signature page 9, the notary certificate. Now, let me ask you, do you know that he's not telling his colleagues that the document was improperly filed? He's not telling his colleagues that he was going to withdraw the document and refile it with a notary certificate. Do you know what that does to the document, Wakai?
Illegitimate document is no longer among them.
Again, 10 points. Wakai. I said, Wakai, they're getting all our answers correct this morning. The document was illegitimate.
Mm-hmm.
You must have signed document, Wakai. You must have. The first document we signed, we look at it for long, we consult our lawyers say, this document get problem. Let's face the document. I left the document with you. You go, you face a new one. Eh?
Mm-hmm.
You face a new one. The signature page from the one we signed, you took it from there. You added it to the new document you face. Eh?
Mm.
You submitted it without telling me nothing. Then you turn around, even to submit it, the signature page, the notary certificate you should attach to it, you forgot to attach it to it.
Mm.
What do you do? Then you go, you withdraw it 4 days later, you attach the signature page, you submit it. You think that document a correct document, illegitimate. But why do you think Cummings is still making sharp mouth? The facts are glaring. The chairperson, the documents that we're looking at today, who submitted those documents to the public through the court?
It's Mr. Gomez.
No, the National Elections Commission. You remember?
Yeah. Yes, the document, but Costa, this particular document we're talking about, the ANC said there was the framework document that they had. I don't know, they had some problem with it. But the one at the National Election Commission, they accepted that one there, but the one at the court where Mr. Ure said it was
no, they're not accepting that one.
They're not accepting
that
that
one.
Document.
Hold up. The same document that Europe filed as evidence, into evidence for his case, is the same document that the Elections Commission was, when they were instructed, mandated to produce, that they produced.
Yeah.
But what the Elections Commission produced that we did not have, the cover page, we didn't have the cover letter. You know, when you file such a document, it has to have a cover letter, right?
Yeah.
We didn't have that. That cover letter exposed a lot of things. The dates, the different dates, for example, the notary certificate carrying July 14, while the cover letter carrying July the 10th. We didn't know those things. And the chairperson of the Elections Commission testified, and these things have been revealed to us. So Ellis Cummings is saying, yes, we went behind. Do you know that, the guy is so damn stupid. I don't know who followed this guy and you said the guy is smart. He's so damn stupid. He admitted that yesterday on T-Master Show, that when they noticed that they filed a document without a notary certificate, they went back for it, and then they fixed the notary certificate and they submitted. Do you know you cannot fix a notary certificate in the absence of the signatories to that document?
Absolutely.
You cannot prepare a notary certificate behind my back when I am a signatory to a document. Let me dare anybody here defend that one. You and somebody sign an agreement. Behind your back, they go and notarize the agreement. It cannot work. It does not work that way. Okay? Do you know in this country, before you notarize a document, you go to the bank, because normally I notarize my documents here at the bank. You know, you will not sign that document. You will appear before, look, you will go to the bank, to the notary agent, and you appear before the agent. The document will be unsigned. The notary agent will review the document, and you will sign the document right in front of the notary agent before the notary agent notarizes the document. Okay? That is the way it is done. But Ellis Cummings could submit a document without a notary certificate, yet he is very qualified. He forgot. 4 days later, somebody in his camp of fingerers and forgers remembered that they have filed the document without a notary certificate. He went back, withdrew the document, and notarized it, and resubmitted it or refiled it. Imagine that, Buckeye. Imagine that.
You doing that without letting your colleagues know?
You did not tell Buckeye. You did not tell Yure. But the reason he could not tell Yure, Buckeye, or Yombly is simple. Because the very document he filed was illegitimate. One of the things that Sanama Swan Ellis Cummings opened a damn forgery and fingering mouth yesterday to say on that show is this. He said, they said there were changes made in the document and that the changes benefit me. How do the changes benefit me? You're asking how? This particular clause, 8.5 or 8.6 or whatever the damn clause is, you're asking how? How does the clause benefit you, Ellis Cummings? That's the clause you're using right now. What clause is he using right now to say UP and ALP cannot leave the CPP? Okay?
That's the same clause.
That's the same clause. It's a son of a swan coming asking why. Oh, but they say he after admitting and confessing yesterday on T-Master Show that he blundered. Then he turned around and said, well, how does the document benefit me? The document doesn't benefit me more than it benefits Uri or Baga or Cummings. Wow, this guy's a terrible guy. Every day when I hear Ellis Cummings denying these things and changing his story left and right, I just say to myself, God, I feel so justified in my decision that I can never support this guy. But you don't come and act like you are the cleanest guy we've ever seen, and then all you do is you lie, you forge documents, and you do all kinds of things, and then you're such a hypocrite. The guy said yesterday in his own words, he said, oh, but how does the document benefit me? Is it not benefiting you? Isn't that the same document you're using today to say that Ure, Boakai, and Yombly cannot leave the CPP?
That's it.
Does that not benefit you, Boakai?
It is.
So Alex come and say, it doesn't benefit me. The clause they are talking about, it doesn't benefit me. The clause benefits you. Because if it didn't benefit you, you would not have used it to run to the Elections Commission to try to stop your colleagues from pulling out when they realize that you're such a damn crook that they cannot work with you. The clause does benefit you. And that is why I have said the one reason why I would withdraw my support from Joe Boakai is if they ever try to work with Alex Cummings. You try to reconcile with Cummings, I'm gone. You try to make amends with him and see whether you can be on the same ticket, I'm gone. And I will not give a damn about what anybody would say. I don't trust this guy. I can never do business with this guy politically. Never.
You know, the last time
in 2 minutes, we'll take our guest back. I just make it a point. We'll take the guests from Trenton, New Jersey. We had the opposing camp here twice. And we're going to have Mr. Anthony Baye and Mr. Peter Massacoy. They're on the same ticket, the Baye Massacoy ticket for president and vice president of the Liberian community of Trenton, New Jersey. But go ahead, Waka. You had wanted to make a point.
Yeah, of course, you know, Liberians are still yearning for the vice presidential candidate of former Vice President Joseph Boakai. They want to know because
don't worry about that. And it's coming already, guy. Don't worry about it.
You know, because people want to know. When I keep saying people want to know is because they want to know so they can adjust themselves to. Okay,
they will know next year. We will choose the VP next year. Our VP. But wait, yeah, of course, nobody chooses a VP early on. Okay, you've been around several election cycles. You can see people choosing the VP. You know when Joy Howard Taylor was chosen by George Weah? You know when Joe Boakai chose Emmanuel Nukwe? There's no rush. Okay. And it's coming with Tuesday VP Musa Ability. Of course, they already told us who was going to be a VP, but wait, we'll choose our VP later. Don't worry about me.
You sure Kumi gets celebrity as his running mate?
But anyhow, what Ability said. Also, Ability only good to do very well, but he's not good to be VP, right?
But you know who Ability working for, but
but I mean, asking. That comment you should be asking.
Beto was sent by Ellie to do what he's doing right now, to destroy the CPP, destroy.
So Beto was sent by Ellie. Beto was sent by John Weah. John Weah got Beto be right in his horse.
Yeah, but Ellie and John Weah in bed together. Ellie and Josh Weah in bed together, Costa.
Oh, of course. Why do you think John Weah will get a 1.2 million line of budget?
Yeah.
Even though it's going to be dissing here and talking about people wanting to come to Emma Sawyer funeral, but there's no light. But see, he still get 1.2 million in the budget because they're working together. Ellie is fooling Cummings and making him think that he's the one she's supporting, but the one she really wants is George Weah to stay in power.
Yeah.
But Cummings is too smart to know that one there. That only sugar water he know how to sell. You can't understand all of the other things. But we gotta go take our guess. It's 7 a.m. Eastern time. We have to go take our guess now. Mr. Anthony F. Baye, presidential candidate for the Liberian community in Trenton, New Jersey, alongside his vice presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Massacoy. Let's take them right now and hear them out. In the interest of fair play, we had the other camp on, and then when they reached out to me, we were naturally under obligation to grant them the opportunity to come on. Mr. Baye and Mr. Massacoy, good morning to the both of you. Welcome to the Costa Show.
Good morning, Costa. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you for inviting us this morning, and we are privileged to use the platform to communicate our agenda to Liberians residing in Central Jersey and the metro areas. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's go to Mr. Baye.
Good morning, Costa. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to be here this morning. To our viewer, we want to say good morning to everybody. And thank you, Costa. And from the sound of my voice, I'm a little bit under the weather. So
I can understand, but you okay?
Thank you.
You okay? All right, gentlemen. So let's get down to it. We're told there are two camps in the upcoming May 14 elections for the leadership of Trenton, New Jersey. There is the Baye Massaquoi camp, and there is the Gordon. The We Are Gordon camp. The issue the other camp is raising are, number one, there were 300 plus registered or supposedly registered voters that were suddenly dumped 5 days after the close of the poll or the registration process without their prior knowledge. They say those votes might favor your camp, and they have a problem with that. Mr. Baye, how do you respond to that? That's the crux of their complaint.
Thank you, Costa. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to respond to these rumors and innuendos. To be honest with you, everything that Yuda have said from the very first time Yuda met with us at Mr. Weab Hall, the guideline was released for this special election. We want the election to be here in 60 days. Mr. Weab and other people say it should be here in 3 months. Knowing fully well, election is about numbers. We went to vote, and majority said the election should be here in 3 months. So if you see how close everything worked now because of the 3 months that Mr. Weah wanted. The majority wanted 3 months to have this election. We were advocating for 6 months, at least to give everybody time to reach out to everybody. My opponent wanted 3 months because he said he was a popular person. He showed he can win this on day one. We went through the first registration. If you see the list from EULA, the first registration was April 16. At the then, it was at Hector Hall. My opponent got a recreational hall.
Yeah, I'm told Hector.
When we got to know that, he never disclosed, he never did full disclosure to EULA. He never told EULA, I'm giving you this hall, but I'm running for president. When he registered to contest the presidency, we raised some concern with EULA. In the issue of transparency, in the issue of fair play, we can't continue to use Mr. Weah Hall because Mr. Weah is in the race.
You want a neutral ground for the registration?
We want a neutral ground. And on that 16, the total number of people that were registered were 170. We never got it started until the 23rd of April. We did the registration on the 16th. We never got a voter roll until the 23rd of April. That's 6 days. Mr. Weah never complained about that. We did not complain because they told all the process. They're going to put all the forms. These were not ballots. These were registration forms.
Mm-hmm.
These were not ballots. After the 30th, the next voting day was the 30th. On the 30th, they came in person at the Masane Hall at New Water Street. But before then, EULA told us there are 3 ways you can register your voters: by mail, online, and in person.
And what are the 2 ways that you guys are using?
3 ways.
Oh, you're using 3 ways, not
3
2
ways. They are aware. The team is aware of 3 ways. You can stay home, Mr. Costa. You give your information and you cash out never grain, and you cash out anybody from the election commission. The cash out number is there. The sale number is there. You can do mail-in ballot. The address is there. And Rupert Peter admit to that the address is there. Why does True came on wrong? But she corrected the address. So if I'm giving 3 ways to do something, and I choose to use the 3 ways, and you choose to use 1, you will never know what I'm doing.
So let me hold you there before I go to Mr. Massaquoi. So, Mr. Kwaye,
yeah.
So there are 3 modes or means by which the candidates may seek out to have potential supporters registered in order to be able to vote for them or vote in the coming elections, right?
Yes.
Mail-in, online, in person.
Yes.
The buy account, you're saying you
Yes.
use all three of those means?
Yes.
Now, the We account is complaining that a batch of 300 plus voters was suddenly dumped on them 5 days after the close of the poll of the registration exercise on May the 5th, because the exercise closed on the 30th, right? April the 30th.
Yeah.
When did those, is it true that 300 plus registered voters were suddenly dumped on them with no prior warning, no prior notice? Is it true?
Thank you, Costa. If you're registering online, from the offset, I said on the 16th, we registered 100. The total number of people that registered on the 16th was 170. We never got a voter roll until the 30th, until the 23rd. You getting the point I'm making?
I am getting the point you're making.
So, if Mr. Weir is saying registration ended on the 30th, so you needed to know the total number of people that registered on the 30th, it was impossible. When we registered the last number, we never got to know the total number of people that registered on the 16th. We got to know 6 days after. And it was good with Mr. Weir at that time. So, if we registered deadline end on the 30th, and the election commission came up with a voter roll 5 days after.
But I have emails in my possession, Mr. Paye, from Mr. Weir, between Mr. Weir and that lady, what's her name? The chair of the Elections Commission?
Member Grant.
Mr. Weir said he wrote her so many times, inquiring from her, ma'am, do you have voters that registered via the mail-in portal? Initially, she said no. He wrote her again. I have those emails here in my possession. And he said, according to the emails that I've seen, that she did not. In the beginning, she did not even acknowledge it. Then at some point, she said no. Then in the end, 5 days later, on May the 5th, suddenly 300 extra people.
Let me come in, Mr. Costa. Except my opponent is saying, if you go to the post office and mail, these are post office receipts. Dated. This was dated on the 27th. Overnight delivery. On the 27th. Look, I shouldn't be doing this, but I want to set the record straight. I make use of the 3 system. There were cash app record. If you want, I can send you cash app record. I can send you the post, all of the posters.
What's the relevance of those receipts, post office receipts? What's the relevance?
They are relevant because every time you post through the postal office, they tell you when it will be delivered, when the time it will receive, and the time it will deliver.
Okay.
So for Mr. We have to say 5 days after the deadline, these votes were dumped. It's not true. It's misleading. And more besides, Mr. Costa, I'm into this election because of transparency. Mr. Weir is not transparent. We're in the same club, the same social club together.
What? Mr. Paye?
Hold on.
Mr. Paye, hold on now, sir. In the interest of fairness, we're sticking with the issues surrounding the elections. The qualms that they've raised. We're not going into what happened in the social club that you are in and all of that, because you know why? Mr. Hector Weir, when he was here, he never levied any allegations against you. None whatsoever.
No, he did.
Well, not ones that had to do with the club.
Yeah,
the ones that had to do with the elections.
Yeah, but from your intro, he said he did.
Well, I'm just saying, Mr. Paye, you have the right to respond to the claims he made about the elections and the voter registration exercise.
Granted.
But with regards to issues in your club, I didn't ask him. I don't care, because he's not here to defend himself. And I would do the same thing, if he attempted to accuse you of anything that you are not here to defend yourself against. So I just want us to stick with the election issues, you know?
All right, thank you.
Let's not
Thank you.
convolute the issues.
That's the reason we're on air today, because
Yes.
according to
So,
you,
Mr.
Costa,
Fayo, do you think these 300 extra people who they claim were suddenly dumped on them 5 days after the close of the poll, do you think these people will vote for you?
I don't know. I don't know. Nobody.
Why does it seem to be concerned?
Look, listen. Mr. Weah said he raised up 400. He don't know if the 400 are going to vote for him.
How many people did you register, Mr. Baye, before we go to Mr. Massaquoi?
I'm still going through the list.
How many? Don't you have an idea?
There's the voter roll. There's the voter roll. People's names are here twice. People's names are duplicated on this voter roll.
Why is that?
Because the election commission said you guys should go through the list for misspelled names or addresses, and then we can make the correction. So on voting day,
and the election should be 4 days from now, and you're still going through validation and verification of the voter roll?
That is why we're advocating for this election to be here in 6 months, when Mr. Weah was pushing for this election to be here in 3 months.
Oh, okay, so you favor the postponement of the election to allow.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
For the offset,
initially,
we want a 6 months period for this election.
Okay.
Mr. Weah wanted this election in 3 months.
Okay, I understand that, Mr. Paye. So, but you agree that the voter roll which you have there in your hand is riddled with errors that need to be corrected. Do you agree? Like duplication, one name appearing twice or 3 times. Those are some of the things that Mr. Weah raised.
What? Some of the things Mr. Weah raised. Mr. Weah's name is here 2 times. He
But
accused
is it his fault?
name being there 4 times.
Whose fault is it?
Listen, it's the election commission.
Also, you do agree that there are issues with the voter roll?
In terms of registration?
Duplication of names, for example.
Oh, yeah. These things happen, Costa. These things happen.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
These things happen. So
there is something that you and Mr.
Costa, in a national election, when they release the voter roll, they give you the chance to go and make correction.
Precisely. That's what I said.
That is the process.
Okay, then why don't you all sit down, Mr. Paye? And my interest here is just for you guys to harmonize this thing. Mr. Massaquoi, I'm coming to you. Mr. Paye here says he acknowledges that there are problems with the voter roll. It's not your camp's fault. It's not the Hector camp fault. Now, Mr. Massaquoi, why don't you guys just set up a joint committee comprising your camp as well as the Hector Weah camp, working in concert with the Elections Commission under the auspices of EULA to sit down and review the voter roll, verify, validate, make the necessary corrections, clean it up, sanitize the voter roll. That's the word. Why don't you sanitize the voter roll, Mr. Massaquoi?
Well, Costa, we are discussing 2 different issues here. Our opponent did not file a complaint to EULA concerning duplication of names or addresses on the voter roll.
What did he
They are claiming those names.
Okay.
So, I mean, we are not the spokesperson for EULA, and we are not in authority to respond to our opponent's claim. I believe our opponent channel their grievances through a legitimate means, and they have been getting responses because we all are part of the Trenton Media and Community chat room, wherein EULA officials have been sending communication to this effect. Records are there that our opponent were invited to a meeting, which of course we have 3 representatives from their side and our side. I was told by my team that meeting did not end well because our opponent did not provide any proof and a backup from the meeting. That's their issues. Our issue here is we are going through the electoral process. We are monitoring the process, following all guidelines relating to these elections. Now, like Mr. Pehe said, voter roll has been released. Our team is reviewing those listings to ensure that every single person we register are listed on that particular list. We are looking at the spelling of names. We are looking at the address. Because let me tell you, Mr. Costa, Ghost doesn't vote in this election. In order to vote, you must have a valid ID and be in person. We are going to deal with electronic ballots. I agree with my opponent. I cannot dismiss that claim, but I do not have the authority to speak to that.
No, I agree with you.
They can take
Mr.
that
Masakwe,
issue
you are right. You are
yes.
right.
Yeah, they can take that issue.
None of your business.
We are not
None of your
discussing
organizing the election.
Exactly. We are not discussing. I don't have no issue with ghost names. If there's a ghost names on the day of election, our representative that will be present.
But it's not just ghost names that they're citing. They're also citing that they are outsiders who do not fall within the bailiwick of the electoral district that were allowed to register to come in and vote on election day.
Well, our opponents should be in a position to provide that. I mean, those claims, because here's the thing: we listen to them. Let me tell you what is happening, Costa. Should be told our opponent not prepared to go to this election. They are using the Donald Trump style of campaign, which is misinformation, to gain sentiments from the public. I'll be very honest here.
Your opponent says he can win this election on day one.
Then don't complain. Let's go to the pool, but now.
No. Just because I can win, Brother Peter, let's be fair. Just because I think I can win doesn't mean I should accept the process that's riddled.
I agree with you. They are entitled to that right, and I believe they are going through the process. So our opponent should be taking this over EULA like they did before by filing a legit. I think you believe that they send you emails, right?
They filed a complaint with
EULA, not us. Exactly. So I think EULA should be in a position to respond to them, to address that claim. Like you mentioned, our election is in 4 days. If EULA cannot resolve that grievance, they have the right to take another course. And we are just following the play. We are going through EULA guidelines. We are following all rules and regulations.
Mr. Malabo, let me ask you a question. The elections are scheduled to happen on the 14th of May. That's in 4 days' time. Do you think, with these allegations hovering over the legitimacy of the process, do you think the elections should continue as scheduled?
Are you speaking with me?
Yes, sir. I just asked you a question.
Well,
there is a preponderance of, there's a critical allegation surrounding the legitimacy or the integrity of the voter registration rule. With these allegations or these questions that have been raised by your opponent camp, do you think, my friend, Mr. Masakwe, that the elections as scheduled should proceed and be held on the 14th of May, which is in 4 days' time?
Our team does not have any issues of going to election. It's up to EULA.
Mr. Masakwe, that was not the question. The question is, do you agree that elections should go ahead or not?
Yes, I agree 100% because we are prepared. Our voters are prepared to go to the pool to vote.
Thank you. That was the question. Now you've answered. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Masakwe. Let me go back to Mr. Kwaye, and I will circle back with you when the need arises. Mr. Kwaye.
Yeah.
I will ask you the exact same question. You're running for president. You're running to head the community, including those who will not vote for you, but you will be their leader. Do you think that these questions, which border on the legitimacy and integrity of the exercise that are currently hovering over the elections, do you think these things, in the face of all of this, are you comfortable with going into this exercise on the 14th of May?
To be honest with you, I want to win a clean election.
Okay, I like that, Mr. Kwaye.
I want to win a clean election.
That's the kind of election I want to win. I want my election to be clean, no small dirt on itself.
I want to win a clean election because I want to win a clean election. Why it is true I want to win a clean election? I'm not close with the authority to postpone this election or to cancel this election.
100% I agree, Mr. Kwaye.
Thank you.
You don't have the authority, but you want to go into the process. I agree. Let me say something. You're all one people. I'm told, Mr. Kwaye, you are a member of the same social club that Mr. Hector Weah belongs to. Is that true?
Yes.
Which is a good thing. I'm told that social club stepped in and filled the leadership void after the void that was created by the lack of the leadership for 15 years, right?
Are we deviating from the issue now?
No. It's a positive thing. You understand? I'm trying to compliment you guys for stepping up and filling that void, and you guys did good by that. And I'm not going further into that at all, but I'm just saying it was a good thing you guys did, stepping up Mr. Akpaye, you have a lot of supporters. I'm going to be candid with you. A lot of people have reached out to me. The thing is, I'm right there. I got people in both camps, who listen to the show. Some of them call themselves supporters, and so they all reach out to me. Oh, you got to talk to Mr. Akpaye. You got to talk to Mr. Massaquoi. And these people deserve the right to be heard. I said, sure, they deserve the right to be heard. We got to be fair, and that's why you're here today. And as I say to you, when you go through the process, whoever wins in a free and fair process, you will have my full support. Anything you want to do, your inauguration, if you win, you invite me, it would be my honor. I would come there and we'll all stomp it, Anytime you're having a program in Trenton and you invite me, I will come. From Trenton to the world. All right, gentlemen. So I think, Mr. Akpaye, let me ask you why you're here. Why are you running for president? It's a good question, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Why are you running for president of the Liberian community?
Because I love my community. Because I want to bring about transparency and accountability to this community. My opponent and myself, we part of the same organization. We attend the same church. It's just policy different.
So that you're a man. So Heckler, that you're a man.
Yeah.
But
we disagree on policy.
Mm-hmm.
We disagree on policy. The issue of transparency, accountability, and good governance, we disagree on this stuff. Hector been president for 6 years.
President of what?
Of the social club, all-timer.
But it's not the same as the organization.
No, it doesn't matter. We have a constitution.
Okay.
He never called for election. He hasn't called for one election. 7 years. Mr. We are being in office. 7 years. Is that democracy?
But what does the constitution of that organization say?
Every 4 years.
Okay, so
7 years.
So elections are late by what?
They're
2.5 years.
And it shouldn't be late. We can live in America and try to do things that third world countries do. We live in a democracy. Look,
and I believe in democracy.
My opponent is not transparent. He's not transparent. Mr. We haven't given a bank statement from the organization that will have X amount of dollars in the bank.
Mr. Akpaye.
No, it's just different.
Hold on, Mr. Akpaye. Again, I would say Mr. Weir is not yet to respond to those issues. If you guys want me to organize another forum where I bring the both camps, 2 for each side, you, Mr. Peter Massaquoi, and you, Mr. Anthony Akpaye III, alongside Mr. Rupert Peters or Linda Gordon, the vice presidential candidate, and Mr. Weir, I will organize that forum.
Oh, Lena, sure. Are you speaking of the ghost vice presidential candidate that now appear on any platforms?
Mr. Massaquoi, let me finish making my point I'm trying to make. I will bring the 4 of you here, and I've been hosting you free of charge. I'm not going to charge you nothing because I have interest in that process. You know what my interest is? You guys are my brothers and sisters.
Thank you.
You're the Liberian community. My interest is I want elections to be held under free and fair conditions so that the outcome will be legitimate. Now, I'm going to ask my folks here, do you want me to organize a forum and bring all these folks on together so that we can try to resolve this matter and perhaps even bring ULA on, the ULA folks, so that we can resolve this issue? But whilst the other side is not here, what I will not accept is for either of you or either camp to make allegations that border on integrity. And because the other side is not here to defend himself or herself. My people agree. They want us to organize a forum. So, gentlemen, it's good for you too. You speak to the voter. You know how many thousands of voters are listening or watching? Many of them. All right, so today is what? Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I'm busy. Thursday, let's do a forum. When is the election? What day is it supposed to be?
Saturday.
Does it look like it's happening on Saturday for a fact? Is it certain?
Yes.
Wow. So we'll do an interview on how does Thursday look like? The both camps.
Thursday, for us, Thursday should be good because Friday we're having a debate. Friday there will be a debate in Trenton. The full.
I will ask the other side before we commit to anything. So
thank you.
Hector, we are camp, and then we can only commit when the Hector Weah camp is comfortable. But gentlemen, please, I've heard all good things about you guys. And it makes me proud, especially the social club that stepped up and, and filled the void. And I'm glad that leadership elections are about to be held. My only concern is that these elections be held under an environment that's free, fair, and transparent, so that when you or Hector emerges as president, there would be no issue of no question of legitimacy or illegitimacy, that you would be accepted to all of the people, even those who didn't vote for you. Mr. Baye, Mr. Masako, you have 30 seconds to give us your parting comments. We'll come to Mr. Baye, who will do the same, and then we'll close up. It's been a very good discussion, if you ask me. You have addressed all the issues that they raised, and the people have heard you. Mr. Masako, your parting comments, please.
Well, Costa, I just want to say thank you to your team. And I want to make this appeal to the Liberian community, our voters, supporters from both parties, to remain calm. We should respect each other's views. That's what we call democracy. We are into this election with the objectives of reuniting our community to move forward. Like everyone's saying, the community have been lacking leadership for the past several years. This is the perfect time for us to work together to improve the well-being of our people. This is why our team is running on the 4-pillar agenda to ensure that our senior citizens are sustained, our young people are empowered. We want to institute reforms and other programs that will enhance civil development into our community. And I believe Team Anthony and Team Peter have a team of professionals that have years of experience, education background to support this draft. We want you to believe in our campaign, in our team. We are not here to make any accusation against anybody. We are not here to fight. We are all Liberian citizens. This is why I want to openly commit to this. If our opponent win, we will support them like we've been doing in the past. There is nothing about hatred here. We are all one people. I want to say thank you. Let us prepare ourselves for this election. Come out to vote on May 14th. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Masakoi. Let's go to Mr. Anthony F. Baye III, presidential candidate for the leadership of the Liberian community in Trenton, which I'm told encompasses several other communities outside the bailiwick of the state of New Jersey. Mr. Baye, your parting comments, please.
Thank you, Costa. To all residents of Central Jersey and its metro area, I want you to come up to vote. Come with your state issue driver license or your state issue ID. On that day, your name and your address will match your ID. If you live in Bristol, you are eligible to vote. If you live in Levittown, if you live in Leon, if you live in Morrisville, you're eligible to vote. If you live in Bensalem, you're not eligible to vote. If you live in Northeast, you're not eligible to vote. Make sure you come with a valid ID that bears your name and your address. Nobody coming from Maryland to vote. Anybody tell you that somebody coming from Texas to come and vote, it's a lie. People are going to vote based on your ID, valid ID, state issue ID, in order to vote in this election. And Ghost does not vote. You'll be in person, and the voting is electronic. Nobody going to dump paper to say, oh yeah, I pulled 500 forms somewhere. Make sure you come out to vote on Saturday. This election is very important. This election is about transparency, accountability. We want to restore faith in our community. So we beg you, my people, come and vote. I know there are 2 funerals here on Saturday. I know, my people, but democracy got to go on. Let us all come up and vote and go to the funeral, or go to the funeral, come back and vote and go to the reprieve. This election is very important. Mr. Costa, I want to say thank you for giving us the opportunity. While it is true, I was frustrated the first day when you told them to boycott the election without hearing from the other side, but at least We try to balance everything. We human, we make mistakes. We are imperfect. But I want to say thank you for giving all the time, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Anthony F. Baye III and Mr. Peter Masakwa. Wish you guys a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. We're going to take our next guest, Dr. Clarice. Dr. Kula. Dr. Clarice Ford Kula, are you there with us? Hello? Okay. Let me try to get in touch with Dr. Kula. What?
Yeah.
My man, that the election been there though. That we're talking so. Where is it? Where is it inside?
Everywhere, once there is election, there is tension. So there is no small election. Every election have its own.
No small election.
Yeah.
Past president election seconds to have noises up.
I'm telling you. So the former past president will appear today at the court, but they have been rescheduled because there was some tension at the Temple of Justice. So yeah. You know,
after Dr. Kula leaves. Dr. Kula, your camera is a little blurry. Do you mind wiping the lenses a little bit?
Oh, wow. It is very blurry.
Very blurry, yes. Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, a little better. Let me clean it off. Good morning.
Yes.
Can you see me better now?
Morning. Aha. There you go. Much better.
Much better.
Much better. Dr.
Yes.
Kula, good morning
Let me
to you.
a lower chair. Huh?
Okay.
Okay, my background.
It has been a while.
Huh?
I said it has
I'm
been
not
a
at
while.
home this morning. It has. It
Okay.
has. It's good to see you. It's good to see
Same
you.
here. So,
Mr. Anthony's supposed to come on in a few minutes.
Okay, sure. You know, by the time he logs on, I'm gonna accept him bringing me.
Okay.
You know. So let's get down to it this morning. What does the good doctor have for us this morning?
All right. So this morning, Mr. Anthony says he's having trouble logging on.
It shouldn't be a problem. It depends. Ask him what kind of browser does he have? What kind of browser is he using? Google Chrome is preferable.
Okay, browser.
Yeah, very compatible with yeah.
You said which one is preferable? Google Chrome?
That is correct. Google Chrome is preferable. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me just start. Okay. Naquita should be coming on as well.
Rolling until he joins us.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so what we're talking about this morning is getting all Liberians together. As you all know, May 14th is Unification Day in Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
And so Unification Day, we're trying to unify our diaspora because let the truth be told, we're going to need everybody, all hands on deck to get Liberia to where it used to be or far better. So what we're trying to do now is to engage the diaspora, bring all of us together. We'll have a summit. With this virtual summit, we're going to be talking about investments into the country. We're going to be talking about investments into areas like agriculture, education, health, tourism, those kinds of things. So we have a series of presenters, both from the public sector and the private sector and government, So coming together to do some presentations, tell everybody what's on ground. We're hoping to form some sort of camaraderie between the different groups. We've got people from Australia, people from Europe, people from Canada, of course, North America, where we are, and people from all over. But again, the goal is to come together, sit down, have a dialogue. How do we move Liberia forward? What are some things that we can do? Can we establish a fund? Like most countries have a fund where they give money into each month and it feeds into different projects that they're trying to do. So how do we as Liberians come together, unify ourselves on this Unification Day and do something that's noteworthy for our country? That's the gist of it.
That's wonderful. And specifically on May 14th, Unification Day, what are you planning to do on that day?
Okay, so Unification Day, May 14th, is the actual summit, which is this Saturday. That's the actual summit. That's the day we're unifying ourselves by coming together on a virtual summit, hoping to have at least 500 people just coming together to chat. Let's
and that's
talk about it.
the
Let's
link you sent to me. We need to.
Yeah, the link I sent you is where people would go to register. Once they register, then it populates the link that they would click on to come to the forum. The goal is to have them pre-register, like do it now. So if you could post that for us, we really appreciate it. If we can register now, then we'll know which groups to put people in. Because during the conference, we're going to have breakout sessions. So if you're interested in tourism, you go into the tourism group. If you're interested in education, you go into the education group. Whatever it is that you're interested in, that's where you would go.
Okay, so I'm actually posting that link right now, Dr. Kula.
Huh?
I'm posting the link right now.
Thank you. We appreciate it. There you go.
Folks, you can copy this link and you will be able to register in advance in order to participate in this virtual summit.
Yes.
Been scheduled to be held on the 14th of May.
Yes.
Good. So now, what are you looking to get out of this? Yes, it's good to bring people together. 500 Liberians from all over the place. That's wonderful. That's a lot of energy. Liberian energy in one space. But at the end of the day, what is your end goal? What are you trying to accomplish, Dr. Kula, by this?
Okay, so at the end of the day, trying to accomplish a way forward, if you will, coming up with a plan as Liberians, so all our voices are heard. You bring your ideas, I bring my ideas. A way forward. How can we move Liberia into the, where it needs to be into the 21st century? It's all about catapulting Liberia into the 21st century. We look at other countries. I have to keep saying, but our neighbors in West Africa are doing very well. They are where we should have been or further based on how we started. So I remember back in the 70s and 80s how things were, it was bustling in Liberia. We would like to have that again. We would like to have job opportunities for the young people so we get them off the street. Say you and I came together, we decided we're going to do a cocoa farm. Or me and somebody else came together, we decided we're going to do, I don't know, some sort of plant. That provides jobs for Liberians who are on ground. You see what I'm saying? Then it eliminates a lot of your problems of people, the high crime rates that we have, people breaking into homes, the young people on the street. Because remember now, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. The goal is to have people who are able to work in the workforce. If I invest into education, I'm creating a new generation of kids that will have, whether it's a trade, whether it's going to college, whether it's whatever, because we all know some jobs require some sort of education. So we'll have educational jobs. We'll have jobs that you can work in the factory, different things. But unless we step forward and do that, how is it going to get done? So the goal is for us to come together on Saturday and figure out a way forward. Create, groups that can go in and do things. If we can invest in the tourism sector. I watched Jamaica build itself up back in the 70s and 80s to where they are today. We can start the same thing. Liberia is equally beautiful, like I keep saying. In December of this year, we're taking another group, and now, of course, Air France is no longer there, but we've worked out some ticket arrangements with Air Brussels to bring in groups of people, African Americans. Some of them have already started purchasing, where you can start paying on your ticket now. So by the time we get to, December, November, your ticket's already paid for. So if anybody's interested, see me for that. But that's the goal, to really come together on May 14th and talk about how can we move our country forward.
That's beautiful.
Yes, thank you.
So in this virtual space with hundreds of Liberians participating, and just about anyone who's interested can sign up because the website is here, the link is here, the Zoom link. You can go and register to participate in this webinar. So it's going to be a big dialogue or a conversation, so that people with various ideas can coalesce and link up and network and work together, right? They can they can collaborate on all kinds of projects that they have similar interests in.
Exactly.
So basically, you want that as a platform where people can meet one another that they share common interests with, and they can get together and get out of that virtual space and be able to do something on the ground to make a tangible impact.
Right.
Very, very good.
And our goal is we're having a major investment spend in December when most people come to Liberia. So people that we will meet on this platform who create teams and groups and they want to do things, or they're so interested in other investments, they can come to the summit as well in December. But the goal really is to bring our people together. Let's do something that would be beneficial to Liberia for a change. We talk, we talk, we talk. We know all the negative things. We know what's worked, what's not working. Well, how about we figure out what could work, to make it better? And so that's the goal. And we're working, of course, it's the diaspora office in Liberia at the Ministry of Steward Our Portfolio. And that's led by Minister Anthony Kunapa. He's trying to come on now, but there's some trouble there. But he'll be on there. Hester Baker will be presenting on tourism. We got a couple of other people that will be presenting on education and health. Like I said, we have people from both private sector and the government that will come on to talk about their sectors. We'll have people talking about how do you invest? How can you open a business in Liberia? Because people want to go. You want to do things, but you may not know, and you may not trust everybody that you meet either. So the goal is to really get all the information you need from this summit, link up with other people who are able to just really able to bring some change to Liberia. And I know we can do it as a group. We're Liberian people. We're phenomenal. Okay. And one phenomenal meeting another phenomenal and coming together is going to bridge a lot of gaps. So that's the goal of that.
It is a good thing. It's a very worthy effort. And I will register myself and I will
Thank
be there.
you. We're looking forward to having you, Mr. Costa.
Yeah, I will certainly be there. Dr. Kula, you've been involved one after the other with all kinds of efforts just to try to, help Liberia get to where we want it to go and make an impact, a positive one. I want to commend you for that. I know it's difficult. It can be working with our people, trying to get them to work together. We have so much potential, tremendous potential.
Yes.
Just last night, I was chatting with my friend Winfred Russell, who, by the way, has received the endorsement of the sitting mayor of Brooklyn Park. He's going to be running for mayor, and he sent me pictures. He sent me pictures of the Somali mall. They're building a massive mall.
Really?
Yeah, the Somali community in Minnesota, and so and he went. I will share these pictures with you. And so he was taken on a guided tour of that.
Yeah.
Of that place. And he was telling me we're 46,000 Liberians here. They are 100,000. We're 46,000, but we're still very large.
Yes.
And so we can do a lot.
Yeah.
If we came together, there's so much we can do. I think we have the minister here now.
Yes.
Minister
There's Minister Andrew.
Good morning.
Hey, Henry.
What's up, man?
Morning,
Welcome.
Thank you. How's the family?
We're doing good. Thank you, my friend. So we're speaking with Dr. Kula here, and she's been telling us, all the efforts, the cooperation, the support you've been giving to them and to their efforts. I do want to thank you for that. It's a very good thing. So this new forum, how exactly does your office support this one?
Thank you very much. I don't know for what reason I was finding difficulty in getting on, but at least I'm happy now that I'm on. We launched the bicentennial on the 14th of February. And this diaspora office has been in existence, let's say activated since 2015. And so we thought to use this bicentennial, celebrations to bring more visibility to the diaspora secretariat. And so with a team of incredibly brilliant Liberian women, to include Representative Nikita Ricks, Dr. Clarice Forkula, Nathaniel Toll, my immediate boss, Honorable we decided that this summit is good for us to firstly do restock on the official launch of the bicentennial. What were those things that we didn't do right and that we need to put together to ensure that other activities along the bicentennial are done successfully, while also bringing visibility to the program. This program, if you will allow me, as I said, came about from some brilliant Liberian women back in 2009, 2010. owing to the fact that Liberians in the diaspora have been pivotal to Liberia's forward march over the years, especially during our civil upheaval. And so these women put together this idea and sold it to former President Salif, who then accepted and took it to the cabinet in 2010. And the idea of establishing the diaspora engagement program was endorsed by the Liberian cabinet overwhelmingly in 2010. Interestingly, the president at the time, wanting to have a direct say in the implementation of this project, decided that it will be in the executive mansion, specifically in the office of the Minister of State without portfolio. Now, I want to also stress on that a little bit. There are some who believe because this is diaspora-related issue statutorily be with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which we don't argue about, but it's not unique to Liberia. Okay, Ghana has its diaspora office at the presidency. There are many other countries. Okay, in fact, Ireland has a Minister for Diaspora Affairs. So it's something that we took on in 2015 with our first coordinator being my own brother, Lord Scott, whom you know very well. We all work together. To date, we have the policy. We're hoping that His Excellency will soon look at it and give it its blessing for us to roll out the policy. So Dr. Kula and all the other brilliant Liberian women, to include Hester Baker, my own dear brother Arthur Wedo, and all those in the diaspora who've been very helpful to us. We want to say thank you. And so we've been working together. And that was how this whole summit came about, so that we take stock from the official launch of the bicentennial and also give visibility to the diaspora engagement program, because very few in the diaspora knew about this program, even though to date we've managed to reach out to most, if not all, of the different umbrella diaspora organizations around the world. If you in the US, we talk about ULA. Okay, in Canada, we've reached out to both unions and Liberian associations there. In the Quebec area, where my sister Precious Poudier happens to be the president, with the ones in Toronto, Toronto and Ontario, Leo Johnson. In Europe, Brother Manyango Aku and his folks there. And recently, through Dr. Kula, we've been able to reach out to our folks in Australia. Costa, it will interest you to note that we have more than 30,000 Liberians in Australia.
Wow.
Okay.
I didn't know the community was that large.
It's very big. It's very big. So we're very happy, and so we're looking forward to this summit on Saturday, and we're hoping for the involvement of everybody, including you, my brother. So thank you.
I was sign up right after the show. Yeah. Bringing all Liberians together and working there. So there, as you rightly said, Minister, there are lots of things that can be done, much more than the diaspora is currently doing, especially when you can structure it and organize it and facilitate. You can accomplish more strategically than just the individual efforts of Liberians abroad. Much more can be done when you create a platform such as this, where people can come and network and link up and jointly do stuff together. So a lot. We have Mr. Atta Wea Do on. You want to say something, sir? Mr. Atta Wea.
Well, I just I'm happy to be. Yeah, are you hearing me?
Loud and clear, sir. Yes.
Okay. I'm just happy to be on the show today to add my voice to the just cause. Currently, I'm at work, but I'll just chip in quickly. But I'm happy to be here and to promote the Diaspora Summit. We have been part of this process since 2010 as a result of the invitation from the then Minister of State with our portfolio, Sylvester Grisby, through the office of the diaspora. But I just want to make it clear here today. This particular summit is a non-political. It involves all Liberians. And you just said it right. If all of Liberians can put their efforts together and think Liberia and think about making the necessary investment into the country, we won't be talking about individualism, but we'll be talking about collective efforts that will bring growth and development to the country. So this particular summit is non-political, and I will encourage everybody, every diaspora Liberian, to be a part. Thank you so much. I'm so happy, and I just want for this platform to take the word out there that this organization, this summit is non-political, and we are prepared to work in the interest of our country. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Weirdo. That's a very good point you made. It is apolitical. It is all Liberia. We're going to be talking about everything Liberia and how we can work together to do much more than we're currently doing. Now, so we're going to make a lot more noise about this since it's happening on the 14th. I'm going to post the video you sent me from Van Vicker, right? Dr.
Yes, the video. He sent a video.
Yeah. So we're going to put that and just create more awareness about this. So
and we will send you a couple more, a couple of other popular, prominent Liberians are going to do a couple of videos. So I'll send you some more later.
Okay. All right. Now, do you want to take this live when it's happening on the 14th, or you just want to keep it?
That would be the possibility of doing it live.
Dr. Kula?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
No,
Do you want to take it live when it's happening?
We've been talking about it. We would love to take it live. I mean, if you can make that happen, that would be great.
Yeah, you could take it live on my platform, and
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want other people, even people who will not be participating, can watch.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You can make their inputs via the comments. The comment section.
Very nice. Okay, so I'll call you offline so we can discuss.
Yeah. That's
okay. We appreciate it.
Yeah. So I just want to say thanks to you all, and we look forward to the summit, which I will attend. And I know lots of people will sign up. Some people I read some comments, some people said they've already signed up. Just from seeing the link up here, I'm going to post the webinar link afterwards so that you can go there and sign up to participate. What time exactly on the 14th does it begin? What time Liberian time? What time Eastern time?
Exactly. So it's 8 a.m. Eastern, and that would be 12 noon Liberian time. So it's from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. So it's just a span of 6 hours. The first hour would be introductions, telling you what the summit is about, the different activities we're going to have, and then we're going to have breakout sessions for like 3 hours increments, and we'll come back together for about an hour and a half or so at the end to close out. But the goal is to have that window so people can have the questions answered. They can meet other Liberians who are on the same page as they are. They'll be placed into groups, like I said before, based on their interests. So you meet people who really are trying to do the same things that you are. And then you get information from both government officials and private sector on different ways that we can come together to help Liberia.
That's very good. Minister Kwumpa, anything you want to add before we close up?
Well, not much, but just to encourage all of our people out there in the diaspora, as well as in Liberia, because we'll be gathering at, I think, the Corina Hotel on that day, just to keep that unison, where we will go through the entire program. But to encourage folks to register for the program, as Arthur said earlier, this is non-political for once. Let's talk about ways that we as Liberians can work together to move our country forward, And so I just want to use this time to extend my appreciation to you, Brother Costa, and to your team. And I wish you God's blessing during this year and many more years to come. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Minister Anthony Kwumpa, and thanks to Dr. Clarice Ford Kula, who along with her incredible team of brilliant and women, as as Minister Kwumpa said, have been very instrumental in organizing this, working in concert with Minister Kwumpa. and the government and the various Liberian diaspora organizations. So this is an inclusive effort. It's apolitical. It's all about the country, like we do when we go to play football. We don't care what political party you're in. Once the Lone Star is playing, we're all there to cheer on the Lone Star, right?
I know.
Thank you so much, folks, and I look forward to
Thank
seeing you on the 14th.
Thank you. We look forward
Thank
to
you.
having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Henry.
Take
All
care.
right, bye-bye.
Bye.
So, folks, there you have it. I'm going to publish the link and some informational videos today, so that you can be able to register and sign up and be there. And don't say, "Oh, they had a diaspora summit and I was not told." Or share the word with other people who you know might be interested in participating. And that's how we do it. So thank you so much. God bless you all, and have yourselves a good day. Baga, you want to say something before we close up?
Yeah, just to let our people know that, like I said previously, the former vice president was to be at the court this morning, but it was rescheduled because of what happened at the court. So
when you said tension, Baga, when you said tension, there was tension at the court, so they had to reschedule him. What does that mean exactly? Did people go there to make trouble? Unruly people?
Yeah, both parties carried our supporters. Mr. Lesena Cummings was there. The United Party supporters were there.
Why did he carry? Why did Mr. Cummings go? I mean, is Cummings appearing in court? Okay, he's supposed to be in court. Okay, fine. So his people went and the Baka people went. So there was a potential clash.
Yeah, there was some tension, huge tension there. So they have to reschedule for next time. They haven't said when next, but today there will be no appearance.
So you know how many days now they've had Joe Walker go to the court and has not been able to testify?
It was so long. As of this
will be the third time.
Yeah.
What, they don't want JMB to testify? But we want to hear that testimony, right?
Sure. We just want to at least they be done and dusted so we can know where we stand.
Precisely. We want to hear the testimony from Joe Boga. It's very important. Boga is a man of integrity. He will speak the truth and nothing but the truth. So help him God. All right, folks. So thank you so much. And this is how we come to an end. I want to say shout out to the African Career and Education Resource Center, or Resource Incorporated, ASA. Shout out to them for all the good work they're doing in the community in Minnesota against COVID-19 and creating awareness, encouraging people to, get that vaccine, that shot in their arms to protect themselves against the COVID-19 vaccine and the COVID-19.
What's our man Kalando?
Oh, are you kidding? Our man GBK, John Bobby Kailondo, counselor at law, business mogul, the man who just won the biggest, the biggest legal battle of victory in terms of dollars now against was it GT Bank or Global Bank?
GT Bank or Global Bank.
$6 million, right, boy? When they bringing the man money, damn it, Georgie get our money back. We'll ball.
We'll ball.
DBK. My man, let's call the man. Let the man speak on the show this morning, man. My man. Y'all call the man from outside. Let's talk to the man this morning on his birthday. Let's talk to GBK this morning. You know one thing I know about GBK? They make an age. Every year GBK looks the same. What is the secret to GBK not aging? The man just looks the same every year. Do you know what GBK calls his age? You will not believe it. Guess GBK's age. My man, I said we gotta put you on the show that morning. We just want to say happy birthday to you. I'm sending you the link now. Get on right now. Just for a few minutes. But before GBK comes on, what do you think is GBK's age?
I really can't tell, but probably in his 50s.
Yes, but GBK looks much, much younger than his age. Now, good kid. Very good kid. So I just sent a link to him, and we're waiting for him to come on right now. George Bobby Kailondo This man has a success story that is just incredible. Is incredible. He started business selling in the jar, the mayonnaise jar. How do we call it in bro? Kiambo, eh?
Kiambo, yeah.
Yes. He went to the University of Liberia, graduated just before the war with his degree. He worked at LPRC, and he started selling gas in a jar. Then he went to the then he moved up to a gas station. Then he went and got he came to the US. GBK to drive taxi in New York. George Bobby Kailondo used to drive taxi in New York. It was in New York that he got the business idea to start the travel agency business. And do you know GBK made all his money from never working in government, never had a government job. Even the LPRC job was not a government job per se. It's a public corporation. He was not appointed by any president there. And he was all the way down there. And all this while GBK has been making money and doing very well, GBK decided to go back to school, to the university, to study law. He went back. He studied law at the Louis Arthur Graham School of Law. He graduated, and he set up his law firm, and he went and took the Supreme Court bar, and now he is a counselor at law for several years now. I mean, his story is just incredible. You know, George Bobby Kailondo. Let's hope. Aha! This is the man right here, the birthday man, George Bobby Kailondo. You know, Jody, I was just asking my picking bagger how old you are, because you are defying age. Every year you look the same.
Today, Harry. Good, first of all, good morning to everybody watching the podcast right now. Yes. I just want to be thankful to God.
Amen.
For, people won't believe it if I tell you, Mama, but today I'm 58 years old.
Wow.
Okay, can you imagine? Don't this man look like a video? This man
I was jogging this morning, man.
Amen.
Pastor, they may having your gym, everything right to the hotel there, so they make be much younger now.
He basically fit. But GBK.
Yeah.
We were just saying before you came on, God has been incredibly gracious to you.
So true.
Your life story, a whole movie can be based on your life story.
Yeah.
From selling gas in a mayonnaise jar.
Yeah.
To graduating from the University of Liberia before the war.
Yeah.
And starting your own gas station. Yeah. Driving taxi in the Big Apple, New York City.
In New York,
yes. From where you got the idea to start the travel agency business.
Yes.
Went back to Liberia and started that business.
Yeah.
Today you are a multi-millionaire and a very successful man.
Yes.
With a string of businesses: hotel, luxury car rental business, petroleum business. You're all over the place, GBK. I think we lost him there.
I make a receive calls, Costa.
Yeah, people must be calling. Yeah, your lead GBK small. Let's talk to the man small. Yeah. Somebody must be calling him.
Yeah.
He's gonna be back with us shortly. It is an incredible story, Boakai. It is. The Kailondo story is an incredible story.
The hotel, he's trying to rebrand the entire place.
He has two hotels, right? He has the one right there, the Kailondo Hotel, which is
on the Oro, and then have Executive Inn on the Rawafi Highway.
Executive Inn on the Rawafi Highway, yeah. And one thing I admire about George Bobby Kailondo is he doesn't give up. No. His resilience. He does not give up.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the people can lay your phone rest in the morning or they just calling.
I know. That's it.
But as we were saying, George Bobby Kailondo's story, counselor at law.
Yes.
It's just an inspiring story. When you sit back today in 58 years, and you look back on all the tremendous blessings that God has showered upon you, how do you feel today?
First of all, as you know, I'm building a church, that will host over 500 worshipers.
Wow.
Yeah. We have almost finished, and it will be. I'm sure in the next 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, the church will be completed.
Wow.
It will host. Yeah. That's the rare gift that I wanted to show to the world today. Yeah, but because of the POP, because the ceiling with the POP, so that will be everlasting.
By the way, I like that POP design behind you there.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
work.
thank you. But the one that we did at the church is more than the one you see down there. It's very expensive, but the house of God, you gotta tell God thank you.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know how to give praises to God. I've realized that in everything in life, everything we work for is nothing but vanity. What we love surpasses everything. If you love the next man, there's no mountain that you cannot climb. There's no enemy that will see your downfall. They will all be your footstool.
That's true.
God is great. I'm so thankful to God.
GBK, you have faced many challenges. His line is freezing. I'm pretty sure somebody is calling him again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
GBK, you have faced many challenges and struggles in life. Even when you became successful, the trials and tribulations did not end.
Increase. Yeah.
What has kept you going higher and higher and higher?
It's trusting in Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Trials are bound to come. Storms are bound to come. But during your storms, look up to God. They come as a test to know whether you're going to waver in your faith or you look up to Jesus Christ. Henry, I come from sleeping on the floor on the old road to being a multi-millionaire on the same old road. And you know what just transpired the past few weeks, the past 3 months? We were in court with 2 commercial banks. The banks got money, they got a contact, but I trusted Jesus that justice will prevail. And we defeated the both banks. And coming from Friday, we'll tell the world what they did to us. How they stole our money, so that those who they paid to blackmail us will get to know the truth. Because I felt disappointed that you have few guys that they pay small money. And what about the liar? They buy myself from the same bar, the loafer bar. They pay $4,000 to go and blackmail me, to say the worst things about me for $4,000. He doesn't even know the value of his own profession. For you to defend a bank that is claiming that stole over $3 million from me. If you want to speak to me, first of all, what we have to start talking about, like $200,000 for retainer fees. I talk about you telling me that's an insult to my profession that they can pay $4,000 for you to go represent them. He doesn't know the value of the education that he acquired.
They pay him $4,000?
$4,000. And had the worst thing, but God is so wonderful. In his closing arguments, he confessed that the bank is so corrupt that they have God confused him. In his closing argument, I'm talking about the one against Global Bank. That they got a bunch of criminals that have been on the bank. They stole from the bank. God just confused him. Those are the last closing arguments in the last 2.
Wow.
The
wow. They said that what can happen? The Spirit of the Lord can confound and render them dumbfounded. Wow. That is incredible.
Then not only that, he had gone to the commercial court, say, I own the bank $3.6 million. I want him to state how
Make receive calls. Start
Yeah,
making.
people are calling him as he's on. Folks, we apologize for that.
Normally Costa they make a receive call. Then today his birthday again.
Yeah,
wow.
they make how many cell phones? 3, eh?
They may have 3 big cell phones.
I know GVK is always receiving calls. So, but what we're saying, GVK, when you took this case to court against these big banks, and we'll wait until you're ready to speak to these cases, right? But there were people who were saying, GVK, when I win the case, man, against these banks.
Yes.
But you knew you had a strong case, right? Or
yes.
you were just trying your luck. What did
yes.
you really feel? What did you think would be the outcome of these cases?
Well, I know we've gone, they've taken our appeal to the Supreme Court, but I know we will win. The law is the law. Nobody cannot change the law. That's it. You understand? And I watched a young guy, you understand, the very legal teams, like GT Bank. It is a disgrace for a bank of such reputation. So, my man, let me tell you some of the things that the bank and myself went to court for. The 4 business we did, it was for 3.3 million. They did not bring, the supplier did not bring no ship for me. They had an agent that supplied me 1,000 metric ton, 2,000 metric ton, 1,500, 500 metric ton. Make it hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now. We can hear you now. You good?
Yeah. During trial, they said they brought a ship for me. The ship brought more.
Oh God.
Y'all need a man phone small. Eh?
Yeah, you're playing my phone small.
Jesus, get on fire this morning. You on fire this morning.
Shameful for.
Yeah. Amen. It's on fire this morning.
Yeah. That's our man, George Bobby Kailondo, just won 2 major legal victories against Global Bank and GT Bank.
And you know, the car company he just opened is the best right now in the entire Liberia.
The car rental business, right?
Yeah. Like serious car Costa.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the video when they were commissioning the car rental business. I mean, the fleet of cars I saw, luxury vehicles. Yeah.
No car that less than 25K Costa. Everything is so heavy.
But who's the number 1 car lover in the country?
Kalono.
When you hear the man named Kalono, car is the man near. The man loves cars. So the man loves cars. So what you expect his car rental business to be the best? Nothing but the best. Look, folks, we need to be happy for others who succeed through hard work and struggle. George Kailondo did not get where he is today through luck. The blessing of God and hard work. Hard work, oh.
Yeah.
From Kiamball, a taxi driver in New York, to what he is today. A successful, well-educated businessman who has got it. DB, we know you better. We're only going to take a few more minutes and we'll let you go. So we want to say on this public platform, happy birthday to you. May the good Lord in whom you place your trust, may he continue to bless you, prosper the work of your hand. May you continue to triumph against your enemies and do good by humanity. God bless you and happy birthday to you, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you. And Henry.
Yeah.
So then we decided to identify with the less fortunate. We are distributing about 100 bags of rice around with 20 cartons of chicken and $500,000 Liberian dollars. That's what we are doing today. We are just thankful.
Thank you. Well, you heard him. That's one thing about George Kailondo everybody knows. His philanthropy. He's celebrating his birthday by distributing 100 bags of rice, 20 cartons of chicken, and $500,000 Liberian dollars to the less fortunate. He does that all the time. And he built a church, 500 seating capacity. That's a very massive church. So we want to say thank you so much, folks. God bless you all and have yourselves a wonderful and blessed day. Bye-bye.